Friends, welcome back to my Christ-centered story healing channel, where we combine the power of storytelling and a deep intimacy with Christ to strengthen our walk with Christ, and through visual storytelling spread our testimony of the power of Christ in our lives, so that more and more people may come to know Christ and walk in deep intimacy with Him. We're all called as sons and daughters of Christ to spread the good news of Christ, to take it to the ends of the earth. And my commitment is to help you to craft your own Christ-centered story, so that you can use visual storytelling and the power of storytelling, which is 22 times more effective than any other form of communication, to speak to others about the love of Christ, the mercy of Christ, the joy of Christ in your life, so that more and more of your friends, your family, your neighbors may come to know Christ and walk with Him deeply. So, storytelling, as we've mentioned before, is 22 times more effective at touching hearts and minds. It helps us to remember things better. It helps us to remember things for a lot longer than any other form of communication. It helps us to remember things with a lot more detail than any other form of communication. So today I'll be talking about the master storyteller himself. That's right, Jesus Christ. And we'll be speaking from Luke 14 about the parable of the banquet. So in Luke 14, Jesus talks about a king who decided to throw a lavish banquet. Now, when I talk about a king throwing a lavish banquet, immediately your mind starts bringing up different images of lavish banquets, lots of food and drink, opulence, a huge banqueting room. That's the power of visual storytelling. Immediately your brain starts moving in that direction of creating powerful images, positive images. Your heart starts feeling excited. Am I going to be invited to this banquet? So back to Luke 14, where the king is throwing this amazing banquet. And in this banquet, he asks his servants to go and get the people that he's called, that he's chosen to come and attend this important banquet. Yet when the servants go and find the people start making excuses. One of the guests who are invited says, I've just bought a field. I need to go and inspect it. Another guest says that he's just bought 5 pairs of oxen and need to look after them. Another says he's just getting married, so he's too busy to attend the banquet of the king, to attend the banquet where he has been chosen, where she has been chosen to come and attend this banquet of the king. So the servants come back and tell the king that none of the chosen guests, the individually named chosen guests, have decided to come to the banquet. They've made excuses. So the king gets really, really upset. Imagine the emotions. Imagine the visual imagery that's happening at this point in time. As I'm telling you the story, your mind is portraying images of a king who is upset with his chosen guests, whose heart is heavy and burdened, and is upset about the fact that his chosen people had not come to his banquet. So what does the king do? The king sends his servants out to say, go and find people around the hedges and bushes, around the byways, and bring them to my banqueting table, because it is full and laden and ready for people to come and enjoy my banquet. For my banquet is special. For my banquet is a special place where you can come and feel my intimacy and presence. That is the banquet of Jesus Christ, where He has a seat that is chosen just for you. So you can come and enjoy deep intimacy with Christ, and come to Christ's banqueting table on a daily basis, so you can walk in deeper intimacy with Christ. That is the power of Christ-centered story healing. Through stories like this, we are able to encourage others to come closely into a deeper intimacy with Christ, to come to a banqueting table where their name has been chosen. A seat has been earmarked for them with their name on it, to come into the banqueting table of Christ and to dine with Christ and to have fellowship and deep, deep intimacy with Christ. That's the power of Christ-centered story healing. We're talking a lot more about that over the coming days, how you can craft your own Christ-centered story healing experience and share that with others as a visual testimony of the goodness of Christ in your life. God bless and speak to you soon.